Listen, if a nigga knock me out and I wake up and they got them phones out, I won't shoot the people with the phones. Cause they gonna cause more damage than the nigga that knocked me out. That'll make everything alright. Yeah, shoot the motherfucker recording it. Listen.
An absolute, terrifying wave of panic just sent shockwaves through the entire hip-hop underworld, and federal authorities are currently on maximum red alert readiness. We thought Charleston White had reached every possible boundary of viral shock value, but what just went down on an emergency midnight live stream following a brutal, violent drive-by shooting in Houston has officially set off a nuclear alarm across the entire country. Bleeding, enraged, and standing in front of a shattered luxury vehicle with bullet holes riddling the driver's side door, Charleston White didn't just scream into his phone. He dropped the single most dangerous, life-altering accusation in modern hip-hop history. Charleston explicitly accused legendary Rap-A-Lot Records founder J. Prince of running a multi-decade extortion racket, orchestrating street intimidation, and playing a direct, sinister role in high-profile gangland murders across the South. But he didn't stop at wild claims. Charleston dropped a bombshell revelation that sent cold shivers down every spine in Texas. He announced that he officially handed over encrypted, secret wiretap audio recordings linking J. Prince to these crimes and the infamous Takeoff murder case, directly to the FBI, DJ Akademiks, and Aiden Ross. Stay right where you are, because what Charleston played live at the 7-minute mark changes everything forever. To truly grasp the horrifying, lethal magnitude of this sudden explosion, you have to understand the terrifying reputation of the man Charleston White just publicly challenged. For over 4 decades, James Prince, known to the entire world as J. Prince, has operated as the undisputed, untouchable godfather of Houston. As the visionary founder of Rap-A-Lot Records, J. Prince didn't just build a southern hip-hop empire that launched legends like the Ghetto Boys. He constructed a massive, mythical web of influence that spans from the darkest street corners of Fifth Ward to the highest corporate boardrooms in music and boxing. J. Prince's name has carried an unspoken rule across the entertainment industry for 30 years. You do not cross mob ties. From Drake to Youngboy Never Broke Again, every major superstar who touches down in Texas has historically made a mandatory pilgrimage to pay homage, seek protection, or secure the blessing of J. Prince. The Mob Ties brand was built on an ironclad reputation of absolute, quiet dominance. While others made noise online, J. Prince operated in the shadows, delivering quiet, chilling messages in a soft-spoken voice that carried more weight than 1,000 street threats. On the completely opposite end of the spectrum stands Charleston White, the most polarizing, unhinged, and unapologetic internet personality in modern digital culture. A former gang member turned controversial social commentator, Charleston built a massive viral empire on absolute, raw, unfiltered chaos. Charleston is a man who fears literally no one. He has made a career out of publicly mocking street legends, burning gang flags on live streams, pulling out pepper spray on podcasts, and daring his enemies to pull up on him while constantly bragging about his legal team and federal protection. The dangerous friction between Charleston White and the Houston street hierarchy had been quietly mounting for months. Charleston made several high-profile trips to Texas, appearing on podcasts and openly disrespecting Houston street codes, laughing at local legends, and declaring that no street boss owned the city. Houston locals viewed Charleston's presence as an unprecedented level of disrespect to their culture, while Charleston viewed Houston as just another stage to perform his chaotic, viral spectacle. The tension reached a boiling point following the tragic, senseless murder of Migos member Takeoff outside a Houston bowling alley in late 2022. The tragic event threw an intense, uncomfortable global spotlight onto the Houston scene, sparking endless internet conspiracy theories, street rumors, and intense scrutiny surrounding the figures present that night. While the legal system moved slowly, the internet became an arena of wild speculation. For almost 2 years, Charleston White danced around the topic, dropping subtle jabs and veiled warnings. But behind the scenes, Charleston was allegedly quietly assembling a massive, dangerous vault of digital intelligence. He wasn't just trolling on Instagram. According to insider sources, Charleston was systematically archiving phone calls, voice notes, and private street communications, waiting for the exact moment when the pressure in Texas reached a critical breaking point. And that breaking point arrived in the most violent, terrifying way imaginable in the heart of Houston. The nightmare officially erupted at 1:42 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Charleston White was traveling through a high-end district in Houston after filming a podcast appearance. Suddenly, a dark SUV pulled up alongside his vehicle at an intersection. Without a single word of warning, multiple muzzle flashes illuminated the night sky as a barrage of gunfire tore through the quiet street. Over 15 rounds were fired into Charleston's vehicle. Windows shattered, metal crumpled, and tires screeched as the suspect vehicle sped off into the darkness, leaving behind a trail of absolute carnage. By some miraculous stroke of luck, Charleston survived the ambush with non-life-threatening graze wounds and minor cuts from flying glass. But instead of calling an ambulance, ducking for cover, or retreating to a secure location, Charleston White did what only Charleston White would do. He pulled out his phone, fired up an emergency, unannounced live stream on Instagram, and broadcasted the bloody aftermath live to over 400,000 screaming viewers. The video feed was pure, unadulterated horror. Charleston was standing under a street light, blood dripping down his forearm, his shirt torn, pointing his phone camera directly at the bullet-riddled side of his car. His eyes were wide with a terrifying mixture of adrenaline, rage, and pure, unrestrained mania. "Y'all thought y'all was gonna kill me?" Charleston screamed into the phone, his voice echoing off the surrounding buildings. "You missing? Your hitmen are amateurs. You can't kill a man that God protects, and you damn sure can't kill me before I expose every single one of you fake mob bosses." The live chat moved so fast it crashed the stream's comment server twice. Viewers were spamming shock emojis, begging Charleston to get medical help. But Charleston leaned directly into the camera lens, sweat and blood glistening on his face, and dropped a nuclear bomb that shook the entire culture to its core. "Jay Prince did this," Charleston roared, pointing a finger straight at the screen. "James Prince put the bag on my head. He runs an extortion racket in Houston. He uses rap a lot as a front for street intimidation, and he thinks he can murder anyone who doesn't pay tribute to him. But I got you this time, old man. I got you dead to rights." The entire internet shattered into absolute, chaotic panic. Never in the history of hip-hop had anyone ever accused Jay Prince of a direct hit on a live, broadcasted stream while standing next to a shot-up car. Charleston wasn't finished. He reached into his pocket, pulled out a secondary, encrypted flash drive, and held it right up to the camera lens. "You thought I came to Houston empty-handed?" Charleston yelled, laughing hysterically like a comic book villain. "I got 2 years of recorded phone calls. I got secret audio recordings connecting mob ties to extortion, extortion on artists, and secret wiretaps related to the Takeoff murder investigation. I got your own people on tape talking about how the whole operation works." Then came the first massive, terrifying twist that turned this street drama into an immediate federal crisis. Charleston revealed that he didn't just hold the files on his phone, he had already executed an automated, digital dead man's switch. Charleston announced that at the exact moment the first bullet hit his car, an automated, encrypted transfer protocol sent the entire vault of secret audio recordings directly to 3 specific entities: the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, Field Office, media giant DJ Akademiks, and streaming powerhouse Aiden Ross. "It's already sent," Charleston screamed, banging on the hood of his shot-up car. "The feds got it. Akademiks got it. Aiden Ross got it. If I die tonight, the whole world hears the tapes at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. You can't stop the leak now, James. It's over." The revelation sent shockwaves through the highest levels of the music and legal industries. Charleston hadn't just made a wild claim. He had distributed alleged federal-level wiretap evidence to 2 of the biggest media platforms on planet Earth, while simultaneously handing it over to federal prosecutors. Panic erupted inside Houston's inner circles. Leaked text messages from associates close to the Rap-A-Lot camp indicated that emergency calls were being made across Texas. The realization that Charleston had allegedly involved federal law enforcement and mainstream internet streamers in a single move created an unprecedented, radioactive situation. Charleston's stream suddenly cut off as local law enforcement vehicles pulled up to the scene with sirens blaring, leaving over 500,000 viewers staring at a black screen in utter disbelief. The abrupt end of Charleston White's live stream didn't quiet the situation. It triggered an immediate, worldwide digital earthquake. News outlets, hip-hop blogs, and federal crime commentators went into overdrive. The video clips of Charleston standing next to his bullet-riddled vehicle and accusing J. Prince reached over 50 million views across X, TikTok, and YouTube in less than 3 hours. The hashtags #CharlestonWhiteShot, #JPrinceAccused, and #The Tapes were trending at the very top of global social media metrics. Then came the second, massive unexpected twist that escalated this war into a high-stakes media nightmare. At 4 a.m., streaming titan Adin Ross went live on Kick in front of an emergency audience of over 300,000 viewers. Adin looked visibly terrified, pacing around his room with a look of pure panic on his face. Adin confirmed on stream that his team had indeed received an encrypted file folder in their official business email inbox at 1:45 a.m., originating from a secure server linked to Charleston White. "Bro, I don't want any parts of this." Adin stammered, his hands visibly shaking as he spoke to his chat. "I woke up, opened my email, and there's an audio file labeled Houston_wiretap_evidence_1. I played 3 seconds of it, heard names being dropped that I cannot repeat on this stream, and immediately shut my computer. My legal team told me do not play this audio under any circumstances because it's actively involved in an ongoing federal investigation." Adin's live confirmation that the files were real and actually sitting in his inbox sent the entire internet into a total meltdown. Minutes later, DJ Akademiks went live on Rumble and YouTube, addressing the situation with an unprecedented level of caution. Akademiks revealed that his inbox had also received the exact same encrypted files, confirming that the audio contained private, unedited phone conversations involving high-profile Houston figures discussing street tax, venue clearances, and private details surrounding recent Texas shootings. "I'm going to be completely honest with y'all," Akademiks said, leaning into his microphone with an unusually serious tone. "What is sitting in this file folder is radioactive. If these tapes are authenticated by law enforcement, this isn't just internet drama anymore. This is a sweeping, multi-state federal RICO indictment in the making. The names on these recordings are legendary figures. Charleston didn't just light a match. He threw a grenade into the entire Houston hierarchy." Meanwhile, inside J. Prince's camp, an absolute wall of silence was established. Sources close to the Rap-A-Lot executive reported that high-level legal teams were immediately retained in Houston, and Washington, D.C. attorneys warned all associates to stay completely off social media and issue 0 public statements. The optics were insanely tense. If J. Prince responded publicly, he risked giving credibility to Charleston's frantic accusations and drawing further attention from federal investigators. But if he stayed silent, the internet would continue to circulate the narrative that Charleston had successfully exposed mob ties. Driven by the overwhelming media firestorm, a prominent Texas crime blog published a leaked internal memo from a local law enforcement task force. The memo revealed that federal authorities had officially opened a preliminary assessment into Charleston White's allegations, citing the leaked audio files sent to media outlets as potential material evidence. Charleston White had successfully forced the hand of federal law enforcement by broadcasting the existence of the tapes to tens of millions of people. Memes depicting Charleston as an unkillable federal informant flooded every timeline, while fans debated whether Charleston would survive the week or if J. Prince's legal team would secure emergency court injunctions to permanently silence Adin Ross and DJ Akademiks from ever playing the audio files publicly. Just when the world was waiting to see if Adin or Akademiks would accidentally leak a clip of the audio, Charleston White dropped a short, terrifying video on his Instagram story directly from a local hospital room. He was wearing a hospital gown, his arm wrapped in heavy white bandages, smiling a cold, terrifying smile into the camera. "Y'all thought that was all I sent," Charleston whispered, leaning close to the phone microphone. Check the federal court docket at noon tomorrow. Part 2 is dropping, and this time, the audio has names you hear on the radio every single day. The entire global entertainment and street landscape went into an absolute, unprecedented state of chaos as the accusations spread like wildfire. The culture was fiercely divided, creating one of the most intense, dangerous online debates in modern history. On one side, Team Charleston supporters and internet sleuths praised Charleston White as an unhinged anti-hero who is single-handedly breaking down the long-standing unwritten codes of street intimidation in the music industry. Fans flooded comment sections, arguing that Charleston was exposing an alleged culture of extortion that had quietly controlled hip-hop artists for decades. Charleston White is doing what nobody in the rap game had the guts to do for 30 years. One viral tweet with over 200,000 likes read, "He took a bullet, turned on Instagram Live, and handed the receipts directly to the feds and Aiden Ross. You cannot script this level of absolute madness." On the opposing side, Team J Prince loyalists and hip-hop purists expressed deep disgust and outrage over Charleston's actions, branding him a professional federal informant who is weaponizing the legal system and online clout to ruin an iconic Black-owned music legacy. Charleston White is a dangerous, reckless clout chaser who goes to cities, disrespects people's families, and then runs to the FBI when he gets a response, an influential hip-hop podcast host argued. J Prince built an empire that saved hundreds of artists and gave back to his community for 40 years. Charleston is trying to destroy a legacy for YouTube views. Major hip-hop artists and industry executives went into total radio silence. Rappers who routinely frequented Houston or posted photos with J Prince quietly disabled their comment sections, terrified of being connected to the unfolding federal controversy. Legal analysts and former federal prosecutors went on major news networks to dissect the situation. They pointed out that by publicly sending alleged evidence to mainstream streamers like Aiden Ross and DJ Akademiks, Charleston had created a massive public evidence chain that would make it almost impossible for federal prosecutors to ignore the claims, regardless of Charleston's controversial reputation. Meanwhile, memes mocking the sheer chaos of the situation reached astronomical numbers. Millions of users created viral skits acting out Aiden Ross's terrified reaction to opening the email, while others created fake movie trailers depicting Charleston White as an invincible street operative. Every minute that passed without an official, recorded video statement from J Prince himself added even more gasoline to the roaring fire. Was J Prince preparing a massive legal counteroffensive? Or was the quiet godfather of Houston preparing for the biggest legal battle in hip-hop history? The public was reaching a complete boiling point, hanging on every single notification, waiting for the clock to strike noon. Just when the public believed this terrifying war had reached its absolute peak, a brand new, jaw-dropping revelation dropped that completely flipped the entire narrative on its head and sent a wave of icy terror through the entire industry. At 11:45 a.m., just 15 minutes before Charleston's promised court docket update, an official legal filing surfaced from a federal courthouse in Texas. The filing was a formal, high-priority emergency motion for a federal protective order and sealing of evidence. But it wasn't filed by J Prince's attorneys. And it wasn't filed by Charleston White. The emergency protective order was filed directly by the United States Department of Justice. Read that again. The federal government itself stepped into the court system to officially place an emergency gag order on all audio files, wiretap transcripts, and digital evidence submitted by Charleston White. The DOJ's official court filing revealed a mind-blowing, terrifying secret that left the entire world speechless. According to the unsealed court summary, the audio files Charleston White possessed were not recorded by Charleston. They were part of an active, highly classified, multi-year federal RICO investigation that had already been quietly running in the background for over 18 months. Charleston White hadn't just stumbled onto secret phone calls. He had somehow obtained and leaked active, classified federal wiretaps from an ongoing grand jury investigation. The legal filing explicitly warned that any media platform, streamer, or individual, specifically referencing Aiden Ross and DJ Akademiks, who broadcasts, leaks, or distributes the contents of Those audio files will face immediate federal contempt of court and obstruction of justice charges. The realization hit the culture like an atomic bomb. Charleston White hadn't just exposed street drama. He had accidentally exposed a massive, secret federal operation right before it was set to strike. Aiden Ross immediately deleted the email from his server on stream, while DJ Akademiks released a one-sentence tweet. "The lawyers told me to wipe the drive. I'm completely out of this." Sources close to Charleston White report that federal marshals were spotted entering his hospital room early this afternoon, placing his room under 24-hour federal protective custody. Meanwhile, a single, final post appeared on Charleston White's official Facebook page just moments ago. It was a black picture with 3 simple, chilling sentences. "They seal the files to protect the investigation, but they can't seal what happens when the grand jury finishes. The indictment is already signed. See y'all in federal court." This is no longer internet drama. This is the beginning of the biggest, most explosive federal trial in the history of hip-hop. Will the grand jury issue the indictments, or will Jay Prince's legal team pull off the greatest legal defense in Texas history? Stay locked in, because part 2 of this historic war is dropping next, and the culture will never be the same. We are watching absolute history unfold in real time, and this situation between Charleston White, Jay Prince, and the federal government has officially reached a terrifying, historic peak. Now I want to hear directly from you. Do you think Charleston White went way too far by leaking secret federal wiretaps on Instagram Live? Or is he finally exposing the truth behind Houston's unwritten street rules? Do you think Jay Prince's mob ties empire will survive this massive federal storm, or is this the beginning of the end? Drop your raw, unfiltered thoughts in the comments section right now. I am going to be down in the comments replying to the best responses over the next couple of hours, so let's get the debate going. If you want to stay ahead of the curve and get instant breaking news alerts the exact second the grand jury issues an update or Jay Prince's legal team releases an official statement, you need to take action right now. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and turn on all notification bells so you never miss a single second of this escalating war. We have emergency legal sources tracking every filing in Texas and Washington, D.C., and our next emergency breakdown video is dropping very soon. Don't get left behind. Subscribe right now, lock in, and stay tuned for the next explosive update.